Reach for the sky, boy.
Does anybody need tissue? Does anybody need a tissue? For all of those Marktards and hustleites out there, please go check on Walt Clyde, okay? Because I don't want that brother to do anything to harm himself or others. Because we, the ones. Nigga, did you think you was gonna come in from AEW as an AEW character and take the title from the tribal chief? Q, did he think he was gonna do that?
Apparently, a lot of hustleites, a lot of people on the Solid Monster page, a lot of people on the Hustle fandom page, they thought the story had an ending that said Cody Rhodes was going to win at WrestleMania. It was apropos. No, it wasn't. You know, Track, can I indulge for a second? Can I just indulge?
Yeah, you can. But after I let people know.
Okay, good. Let them know. I'm just going to keep my finger up right now. I'm just going to go.
That here joining me is the most objective, the most magnanimous, the most scholarly, the most effervescent, the most stupendous. I will also add the most prolific, as well as the king of the hoopla, and the most glorious man in the YWC, IWC, TWC, FWC community, the Professor Chabelo de la Cruz. Eloquently put these marks in their place, bro.
First of all, we got to acknowledge our tribal chief. Second of all, you know, Track, I just want to say this. I was reading
hold on. Mayhem.
Uh-oh.
Are we the ones? We the ones, May?
Mayhem knows.
Mayhem knows.
Yeah,
Mayhem is acknowledging our tribal chief.
God bless Mayhem. God bless Mayhem.
Bloodline house, right? It's a bloodline house, Mayhem. Mayhem. Was WrestleMania also a little mid for you? Yeah, you see that? You see that look she's giving? She's saying it was.
I'm gonna have to
she
disagree.
Was saying,
Mayhem's looking at you like what?
No. Look at Mayhem. Look at her. She's saying it's meow mid. But she also acknowledges our tribal chief, who once again was triumphant, who is on his way to 1,000 days. It won't scare you away. Are you fake? So I pray.
This is the beauty.
Boy.
This is the beauty of the community. This is the beauty of what the IWC, YWC, PWC is all about, because half of the people don't like it, and there's half of the people who love it. And let me speak on the half that love it, because I want to say something right now, Track. Indulge me for about 30 to 45 seconds, because yesterday we did that hustle review of night one, And I think one of the comments I vaguely remember, I don't know who said it, but some people, but it's kind of consistent. Track, you know this. Somebody doesn't like a certain pay-per-view, whether it's WWE, AEW, New Japan, or whatever the case may be, because of the word predictable. It was predictable. Well, you know what? For night 2, would it have been predictable if Cody Rhodes won? And then people would have said it's mid, it's meh. Well, you know what? You didn't get predictable. You got a main event where there was 50-50. You got a main event where the professor was sweating. You got a main event where the professor was on his knees looking at the TV because I was like, oh shit, Cody's going to do it. They're going to let him do it. I did that like 3 times. You know what that means? I'm invested in a fucking main event because it wasn't that predictable. They actually made me believe in the 50-50. But again, Track, what have I said since the tribal chief, reign has been going? What have I said? That Roman Reigns could eclipse Hulk Hogan. Now that's not foreseeable, but you know who's foreseeable, Track? I forgot about him. Pedro Morales' record can be eclipsed. 3 years, ain't that?
But they just reintroduced a Latino world order. They can't go breaking Pedro Morales' record like that. Nah.
Well, that's Mexico. That's Mexico. Pedro's Puerto Rican, so they've never acknowledged Puerto Rico really good.
Shit. I don't care. It's still a Latino world order.
I'm just saying, what is attainable? Pedro Morales' record is attainable. I'm just saying, but I think you said it. I think you said it, and I'm going to give you praise on this. You said Cody should lose here and build on, being so close, getting so close to the brass ring, and probably stretching it out to SummerSlam. I can go with that. I think we can all go with that. You can't just you can't reward that. You can't reward him after Royal Rumble to this. You got to have a little bit of you have to have roadblocks. You have to have, adversity. He gave his weight belt to -1. AEW was in the building. The Young Bucks were in the suites. They cried. They were crying in the suites.
That's what he gets for bringing -1, who brought nothing but negative energy and negative attention, and that's why that nigga lost. You should not have been bringing contracted AEW talent to a WWE show. Okay, you did that. You took a gamble. You thought you were going to impress the family. You thought you were going to impress your wife. You thought you were going to impress your cute little baby girl that you were holding outside. It was so cute, so preciosa, indita. But no, you fell. You just lost one. It's so silly. How come? Now, let's talk about...
You know what? Wait, you actually made me think of it because you just sang that song. Cody Rhodes was Caitlin Clark today, and Roman Reigns was the LSU chick saying, you must have forgot
you
respect.
Can't see me.
Thank you, John. You just reminded me.
But let's talk about the show. Let's talk about the show as a whole, okay? Because hold on, let me make sure I didn't fuck up my mic here. Okay, I didn't. All right, now let's talk about the show as a whole. Now, the show as a whole, I got to be honest, it was mid. It was. It didn't top night 1. And I know for a fact, if I wanted to, and I would probably, based off the outcome, I would have a bunch of people agreeing with me if I would go as far as to say night 2 was complete garbage. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to feed into y'all motherfuckers right now who are mad at the fact that fucking Cody Rhodes did not win. I'm not mad. I'm not even happy. I'm indifferent. I enjoyed the match. My prediction didn't come true, which made me upset a little bit. I wanted The Rock to be out there to fight off the bloodline. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see The Rock come out and do a face-to-face with Cody. And I really thought The Rock was coming out because Kevin Hart was there. And I put that together earlier today, and I'm like, wait a minute, if Kevin Hart is there, The Rock is going to show up. That's his little bitch boy right there. Wherever Kevin Hart is, The Rock is going to follow. So I thought that maybe he would come out and make the save. But Billy Ray actually called it he said that it would be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn to come out. And, this was a WrestleMania where no titles change hands. Night 2. No titles change hands, which made me think that had me going in thinking Cody might win. Then I saw -1. Then I saw Brandy. Then I saw his daughter. I said, oh, Cody's winning this. He's winning this. But he didn't. Now, let's start with the first match, which it was a complete waste of time. It was, of course, another great payday for Brock, another easy one. Brock versus Omas, and you felt another one that was not predictable because the word was this was Brock's last match, and people thought Brock was going to lose, and he didn't. He won. He won after getting tossed around. He won after 4 or 5 German suplexes and an F5. And I was like, okay, you wasted this shit for what? This easily could have been Bobby versus Brock, who they fucking brought out just to announce that he won the fucking Andre the Giant Battle Royal. That's some bullshit. I wonder who did that. Who booked that? Don't sound like a Triple H move to me. Sound like something Vince McMahon would do. All right, listen, pal, I know we didn't have anything for you, and it wasn't your fault of what happened with Bray Wyatt, but this is what we'll do. We'll have you come out and lug the big Andre the Giant Battle Royal, and you just salute the crowd. How's that for you, soldier? You got that, pal? Okay. We're going to sell the company, too, by the way, so don't worry about it. You might get your match with Brock. So just go out there and be somebody, goddammit. Brock and Brock versus Bobby for UFC Mania. Oh, yeah. And then, that's what happened. But I could care less about the fucking Brock Lesnar versus Omas match because it didn't give me anything to get excited for. It really didn't. Then you had the women's tag team match, which I was like.
Let me just say something for Omas and Brock, because even though I kind of booked it myself, because I thought this was the perfect opportunity for Hurt Business 2.0 to at least start. You feed the flames of that. Bobby could have decimated Brock Lesnar, helped Omas win, or even after, Brock wins the match, Bobby comes out and decimates Brock Lesnar. So you can make that statement and just, hint at a Hurt Business, reborn again. You know what I mean? They could have had that opportunity for Bobby Lashley. I think that was a wasted opportunity. I just wanted to say that.
It's a damn shame when you think about the night this really could have been, because that women's tag match, like I said, I was like, this is not good at all. This is a waste of my fucking time. Now that was something that was predictable. We all knew Shayna Baszler and fucking
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda Rousey was gonna win that. So that was the outcome.
One person. That match sucked because of one person, and she can't run. Shotzi is just hard.
Shotzi
is a waste.
She's not a good worker. And I remember in Impact, I was like, this ain't cutting it for me. I thought she tried too hard with her promos, like to be different or whatever. And now she's here and she's just a sloppy fucking worker. But this was worse than the match from the night before with the legends, with Trish and Lita. So it's to me, it's insane how this match didn't have anything to give you, nothing to be excited over, nothing really. And you were just like, hurry up with this shit already. This was a match where I actually did go outside for a minute. I took my phone with me and still watched it, but I was just like, what the hell? So if you would have had a different outcome, would that have made you feel any better if like Raquel and what's her name would have won? No, it wouldn't have, because the match was just shit. That's just the way it was.
The right girls won. I'm not mad at Ronda and Shayna winning. They should go after Becky and Lita next at Backlash or wherever the case may be. That's the right team won, because the women's tag team, I always say it's lazy booking having women's tag team championships. That's just me. That's Universal. That's WWE. That's Impact. That would be AEW if they want to do that too. Women's tag team championship. A women's tag division is lazy booking. Yes, I said it. The professor said it, and the professor will double down on that. It's just lazy booking for all those chicks.
It's just it was just like such. you at least, here's the thing. You didn't mind that so much based off what we knew was coming after, which was that fantastic IC triple threat match. That's
the match of the night.
That was the match of the night. Now I saw people saying it was the greatest IC match they've seen, and I'm like, okay, calm down. It was the greatest triple threat match I've seen. That I'll say, but it did not top Macho and Ricky Steamboat. To me, that is a high ass bar to top. Now the physicality in the match, the brutalness in the match was top tier. You can put that up there with the best of them. But overall, I didn't think that it was the best. I'll put it in the top 5. I'll put it in the top 5. I'll be fair about it. And Gunther won.
It was in the wrong building track. If it was in the Tokyo Dome, that should be epic for you.
I listen. Well, if it was a Tokyo Dome, I think they literally would have killed each other if it was a Tokyo Dome. Like they literally would have killed each other. All 3 men would have died.
Sheamus was bleeding off his chest, so that shit hurt. Gunther's chest already beaten red. Drew came out.
Sheamus and Drew were going in on each other. And the thing is like I didn't expect Drew to win because his contract is up today. He didn't sign a new deal yet. I didn't expect Gunther to win. I thought they were going to give it to Sheamus. I thought Sheamus was going to win his first IC title at Mania. And yet another match that wasn't as predictable as you thought. That's the one thing you could say, that this was a night of unpredictability pretty much. You could say that. But
which is technically a good thing, but you know what? Some people say it's, which is it? Hustle has got to answer this question, because do you want the people that you want to win, which is, I guess, deemed predictable, or do you want unpredictability? You want people to like, oh my God, I'm shocked that they went this way. That's actually better booking. Sometimes you shouldn't know what's going to happen. I mean, that's the DraftKings. You would lose a lot of money in Vegas right now with DraftKings right now with all these, with WrestleMania Night 2 in comparison to WrestleMania Night 1.
Definitely. And give me a second here. Okay. So when you look at the fact that Gunther fucking retained his title, you see that he's gonna go on for a year. He's almost he's about 70 days of 365 to having a full year reign. So yeah, they're gonna give him that full year reign. And then, you after that fantastic match, was this the I don't know if this was the father son like
you mean the greatest ad-lib pivot in WrestleMania history?
So The Miz and Snoop Dogg are in the ring. The Miz is, reading Snoop the Riot Act, telling him that, he embarrassed him, and is hosting WrestleMania duties and whatnot. And Snoop is, jaw jacking back. And what does Snoop do? He introduces Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon music hits. First thing that I said to myself was,
Endeavor. That's right. Endeavor.
No, my first thought was, who booked this? Who booked Shane to come out on WrestleMania? And I'll give you a clue. Hunter and Shane do not get along. Never have. So, who do you think's idea that was to bring Shane out? Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure you have an idea. Oh yeah. So Shane comes out. They get into an impromptu match, and Shane gets to an impromptu injury. That man tore his knee out. Now, you know what this was, Q? I hate to say this. This was karma from the wrestling gods, pretty much.
Oh, to do a leapfrog and then break his knee?
No, for the wrestling fans who, could not help but to talk shit about what happened to Dante Martin, as if injuries just don't happen. It's a dangerous spot. Why would you do such a dangerous spot? Well, why would Shane do such a dangerous spot? That man is in his 50s trying to do leapfrogs. And look what happened. Okay? Another thing that happened when the ladies completely failed to catch that chick on NXT. My point is, wrestling fans going back and forth trying to talk shit about injuries and botches and shit like that is the lowest of the low. And it is really fucking stupid because it just happens, all right? But damn, you didn't expect to see that. But Snoop, finish it, man.
I call it, that was a WrestleMania moment where Snoop Dogg is a wrestling fan. Snoop Dogg is a wrestling historian. Snoop Dogg knew the business. He didn't have I didn't see no earpiece on him. Did you see an earpiece?
I did not.
So either the referee really signaled him to do something, or he just took it upon himself, gave Miz the look and said, I'll do what I need to do. And he just did what he needed to do. And mind you, for all the hustleites, this man is undefeated in AEW. This man is undefeated in WWE. He does some bad wrestling moves though. He went off the top in AEW. It looked weak. He does the people's elbow. That shit looked pathetic. But yet he got the win. That's all that matters at the end. Snoop is 2-0 in wrestling right now.
Yeah,
he's got a streak better than the Undertaker right now.
And Snoop is bouncing around from promotion to promotion, doing his own damn thing. You know, he's undefeated in AEW. He's undefeated in WWE. Next thing you know, he's gonna appear in Impact and be undefeated. Then he's gonna do something at New Japan with his cousin and be undefeated. Snoop Dogg gonna be the first undefeated wrestler in each promotion, for real. And it was like, oh my God, what the hell happened to Shane? And it was like, it made, again, it wasn't a moment that helped this pay-per-view very much, because what you had next, what was next? Was it the Hell in a Cell match?
Yeah,
you had the Hell in a Cell match, which I've seen various Hell in a Cell matches, and that shit is not even breaking the top 10. That was a very mid match. The best part about that match were the entrances, even though I still find Edge to be really corny. But, how can you argue with somebody that's coming out the Slayer? Finn Balor came out as the Demon, demoned up. His entrance was awesome with the purple smoke and everything. Now, I was wondering, would they switch it up this time, and would he have like a familiar character type thing? But no, but they did switch it up a bit. It wasn't just red and black. It was the red, black, and purple colors in Judgment Day, and they had the whole, the graphic from like Stranger Things and whatnot, and that was cool. Now, the match itself, it was just a typical, Hell in a Cell match. Nothing that they did was like, wow, or out of the realm, I expected somebody to go through the cage or something like that, but that didn't happen. That's what they should have did. This is WrestleMania. You got to set up a big spot. You got to set up a big, memorable spot that people could talk about for years. None of that happened here. This match is not a match that people are going to talk about amongst WrestleMania cage matches or Hell in a Cell matches, period. So, for me, it was mid. What say you, Q?
Well, you know what? I kind of agree with you on the mid part. It was there to close the story. It was just there to close the story for Edge. He's how many more matches does he have left? He ends his Judgment Day feud, and we see, Finn Balor, he had to test. It kind of reminds me, and I don't want to like compare it the same way, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of like Hogan and The Rock. And the reason I say that is because Hogan told Nash and Hall, stay in the back, I'm going to do this myself. Now, if Finn said to Damian and Dominic, stay in the back, I'm going to do this myself, then predictability shows that Finn Balor was going to lose, right? So, and then because I see them kicking Finn out of Judgment Day, because, I think Finn Balor is going to be elevated up in the singles spot, whether it's SmackDown, whether it's Raw. I don't know where it's going to be tracked, but I just see if they want to keep them all together in Judgment Day after Finn loses to Edge, it doesn't make sense to me. It makes more sense that they kick Finn out. If you want to recruit somebody else for Judgment Day, so be it. But I think Finn needs to branch away. If you're going to have the Demon Finn Balor, is it one night only track? Then it's a waste. This is a perfect opportunity to spread him out and see what he can do in the singles, kick him out, or whatever the case may be. That's just me. I don't know. But I get what you're saying.
The Demon, like you're saying, is not looking good. He lost to Roman Reigns, and now he lost to Edge. And the funny thing is, I wanted him to win this, but the story obviously calls for Edge to win the match, especially after everything that happened. But I just, like I said, it it was when that match came on, it was pretty much the catalyst of the night. You know, it was that match should have been the match where the pay-per-view just picked up from there. And, you know, because the next match, which was for the women's title, which I felt was going to be really, really good, and it wasn't. You know, it was, to me, it was no different than the match that we had before. But the match we had, the women's match we had before, was a little bit better than this one. But this one was a little bit more stiff. Of course, talking about Asuka versus Bianca Belair. Now, maybe it's because these women, you know, didn't work together like that. They worked with each other a lot, but not so much against each other outside of what various gimmick multiple women matches or whatever. I don't remember them having a one-on-one match. So maybe that was it. Their chemistry was a little off. They were both working stiff. And unlike what I was seeing from Charlotte, Bianca was holding her own. It wasn't like you could tell that she was trying to keep up and she just couldn't, you know. But these women were not really doing anything that was too crisp and clean. And especially they fumbled a little bit with certain moves in the corner. And when Bianca was trying to get her up for the her finishing move or whatever, and even the miss, which Asuka was supposed to miss, didn't even look that good. That spot didn't even look too good. But she should have hit that spot. Especially after, and that really pissed me off, because you induct the Great Muta. If she's not going to win a title, at least have her hit the miss spot. Like, come on, what the hell are you doing here? So, you know, Asuka, what really took the win out of my sails was Asuka losing. I love Bianca, but I'm a bigger Asuka fan. Asuka is winless at WrestleMania. That shouldn't be. I thought Asuka was a Triple H pet project. Who booked that outcome? I don't think it was Triple H.
Oh boy.
What say you, Q?
Well, you know, I got a message for you, Track. You might not like this. I got a message for all the hustlites who don't like this. But you know what? If Vince is booking this, which he is, and I know you sipped your tea and said, I can't be beat in these mean streets because Vince is booking. I've seen your videos, Track. So you know what? My message to all the people who don't like this: get over it. Vince is in charge. This is his moment. This Super Belair has been born. Super Belair is going to carry the women's division. This is the next generation. It is Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. It's their time to shine. It's their women's division. That's it. Asuka is the third tier. And I'm afraid to tell you that, but it's the truth. You know where the bread is buttered with the women's division in WWE, and that's the two. The generation of the horsewomen, it's passe right now. We're in the next generation right now. It belongs to Bianca Belair and it belongs to Rhea Ripley. And it just shows in WrestleMania weekend. Rhea Ripley wins, Bianca retains. That's the clash that we're going to see next. That's it.
So now, what the hell's next for Bianca? Who's up? Who's up? Does she hold this title for like another year and a half or whatever?
I don't know. I think, again, it depends on the shift. You shift because Rhea Ripley's going to SmackDown, so you have to reshuffle the women's division and see where everybody falls into place. Do you want to redo Becky and Bianca again? Nah, that's kind of wasted. You want to do Bayley again, or do you shift somebody from SmackDown and give them like a burn, like Raquel Gonzalez or something like that? I don't know. We'll see where it goes the night after Mania, or, and this is this would be too soon, but you can do like a quick call up, like Roxanne Perez from NXT or something like that, or maybe, you know, one of the Toxic Attraction chicks, if their time to shine to get the call up. I don't know, Track. Maybe you do that. You do the quick, get the ratings push.
Oh,
if you want.
So we'll see. We'll see what's in line next for Bianca after this win, and then match which could have been better, which should have been better, but it wasn't. But to finish
before Miss Thing becomes a bodybuilding queen, you give Charlotte Flair a match with Bianca Belair one more time.
No. I can no. Don't want that. But before we finish up, let's go back. Main event that we talked about in the beginning. The main event, Did we leave out anything? Is there a match that we missing? We talked about everything, right?
That's it. The only thing left was the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, you had the Hall of
recap.
Fame induction. Yeah, that was cool.
There was
But
only 6 matches, so
Yeah, there you go. So the main event. Here it is. And again, the match was good. It was a good match. It was a good back and forth. They told a great story. Cody did good work. I'm not hating and I'm not showing bias. He had better matches in AEW. I will say that. And his match against Seth Rollins was better than this one. But this still was a good match. It was an awesome match. And it was a match filled with drama and emotion. And the emotion you got was your ass crying when Cody did not win. Now listen, I know there are a lot of people dumb happy the Tribal Chief remain champion. I know there's a lot of y'all happy. And I know a lot of y'all are happy for a lot of reasons. Like I said, for me, I'm just enjoying the shit in general because I know who booked this shit. And it was not Triple H. It was Vincent K. fucking McMahon.
Well, to be fair, Track. What was the talk last WrestleMania? Who did they want Roman to face for this WrestleMania? I don't think Cody was Plan A. He's Plan B or C. It was supposed to be Rock, right? Wasn't that the talk first, like months prior to Cody Rhodes winning the Royal Rumble? Even though we all thought that Cody should have won the Royal Rumble to begin with, the problem is again. Being the undisputed Universal Champion, Cody would have won a title, would have won his match if it wasn't Roman Reigns being the undisputed champion. If it was one belt available, Cody would be the other champion. That's the problem here.
Yeah.
But that's what you got to do. So again, from the happy land that, like you said, Track, I'm part of the happy land here. Occupied by me, moi, the most objective man in the IWC, YWC, the Tribal Chiefs acknowledger number one. I'll say this: I am not bored of dominance. I am not bored of the island of relevancy. I am not bored of a dynasty. That's all I'm gonna say. We've lived through this. The Yankees dominant for years. The Chicago Bulls dominant for years. The Golden State Warriors dominant for years. And we got Roman Reigns dominant for 2.5 years. Nothing wrong with dominance. Nothing wrong with a dynasty. We should all relish in this. This is history.
It is because Roman Reigns becomes like the first heel to win 3 main events at WrestleMania in a row. They really setting this guy up, man. And the funny thing is, it's gonna be interesting to see how Roman addresses his cousins losing their titles. That's gonna be very interesting. The Monday Night Raw after WrestleMania, the SmackDown after Mania is gonna be very interesting. But all I know is this show was not better than the first night. So overall, I'm giving this WrestleMania, even though I had fun reacting to the end of it, I'm giving this WrestleMania night 2 a 5.5. That's what I'm giving it. I'm just giving it straight up. Q, give your rating and let them know where they can find you so we can get the fuck out of here because we are both tired.
Yeah, well, last night the WrestleMania night one, I gave it a bona fide 9, and I'm not gonna take that score away. But this one, yeah, I'll give it your number from night 1, 7.5. But again, I think Cody Rhodes losing gave it points up. I think the Gunther match gave it points up. I think the ladies tag team title match, the ladies tag match, brought it down a little bit. Again, the Shane Botch brought it down a little bit, but Snoop Dogg saved it. That's why I'll give it a 7.5, as objective as I am. So you can find me on my Twitter at PWHustle PROF. That's PWHustle Prof. And you can find me on the Podbeans and on the YouTube networks, where I host the most nostalgic podcast out there, the PWR podcast, the Pro Wrestling Reflection podcast, with myself and the Tommy Wonder. We did a what if special. What if WrestleMania fails? So check that out.
Yes. Check that out. Give that a listen. find me here, A-Track Brown, right here on YouTube, doing my reactions. Of course, Mandalorian, Bad Batch. Well, not Bad Batch because that season's over, but I continue along with the Mandalorian. That's the only real reaction I got going on, other than nostalgic reactions, of course. And follow me on Twitter at A-Track Brown, the number 8, TRAC Brown. I will be uploading some reactions from WrestleMania if I can get them up, if they don't get blocked by YouTube like that, so don't worry about that. And of course, if you're on the Facebook, join the Hustle fandom group, all right? So, night 1, awesome. Night 2, mid. But what is relevant? The island. We the ones.
Be the one.
We the ones.
Acknowledge it.
Peace.
Acknowledge.
See y'all later. Acknowledge the PW Hustle. And again, check on Walt Clyde. I think that nigga crying in the closet.